lot of people are like, this happened to you because your weight. This is your weight's fault. This is your weight's fault. Not everything.
It's your weight's fault. You know why? Because you didn't go for your scans because you couldn't fit into the machine. That's 100% your weight. You never wanted to go to an OBGYN because of your weight. You're continuing not to get checked because of your weight. Uterine cancer is because of your weight. This is all due to your weight. Well, hello, beautiful people. It's Mama Goob. So, even though this isn't actually the most popular subject on my channel, I have to get this out, okay? This is about Amberlynn Reid and her latest bullshit video. Guys, I am fucking pissed, okay? This is heartbreaking and completely predictable. So we're actually going to watch this whole video. I'm going to speed it up. It's only 9 minutes. And I want to let you know what I really think because it's burning inside of me and I have to get it out. And a lot of the other reactors, they got it mostly right, but I just want to put my spin on it. All right. Because yes, I watch the other reactors and I'm almost in my mind reacting to them as well. So let's take a peek. Oh, why not?
Hey guys, welcome to a new vlog. So today I have an appointment to get a CT scan. So I want to explain kind of what's been happening, but I feel like
Yeah, isn't this what I said in my last video that she needed to get rechecked for her cancer? But a CT scan ain't gonna do it, girlie. You need to get in an MR fucking eye. So, and they're expensive.
I need to do just a real quick backstory of when I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. So I get asked a lot, like, what was my biggest symptom of that? It was the fact that I bled for over 2 years. I never went to a gyno because I
God
did go to the
forbid.
ER a couple times. I did see an actual doctor a couple times. And every single time I'd go, they would say, yeah, this isn't normal. But people your size have really weird and irregular periods.
But I bet you $1 to a donut, they said, yeah, that's not normal. Why don't you go see an OBGYN? Why don't you see a gynecologist? And this one was afraid. A lesbian was afraid to visit a gynecologist. Yeah, I don't know, guys. And listen, the gynecologist is not my favorite person either, but it has to be done. If you love life, you need to keep your body healthy.
And I was diagnosed with a UTI multiple times. So all of that.
Okay, so here's the other thing. If you're constantly bleeding, like constantly bleeding, that's like, and you're not very hygienic, that's going to make bacteria. So she did have a UTI. You can have cancer and a UTI at the same time, especially if you're free bleeding and not cleaning yourself. Okay? That's, yeah.
That fed into my delusion, and it made it to where, like,
No, you, the delusion's all you, honey. You just hear what you fucking want to hear, and nobody else can tell you anything.
fear of going to a gynecologist was a lot stronger than me actually.
So listen, let me back up. If y'all are OGs with Amberlynn, her and Becky went to a trip to Lexington where basically they sat in the hotel room and they ate the entire time with the luggage cart in their room, but that's another story. And she was explaining how she was on her period again, and she was just on her period last week. And I thought in my head, because I wasn't reacting then, girl, I think I commented. No, I did comment on one of the reaction channels. You need an OBGYN instead, because any woman who knows anything knows that that a period every 2 weeks is a sign of something very dangerous. Okay, happened to me. I had fibroids. I called my doctor, and they're like, "Okay, come in tomorrow." So, and then I had a DNC ablation, blah 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 blah. So, yeah, I'm sure people around her told her, but she didn't want to hear because Amber's going to do what she fucking wants to do. But now we're about to witness her blaming everyone else.
actually going. Long story short, I did have uterine cancer. I ended up getting a full hysterectomy, so I no longer have a menstrual cycle, so I don't bleed from down yonder. So if I ever notice blood from down yonder, something is wrong. So it was a little over 2 weeks ago, I went pee, and I noticed there was blood in my pee.
So I want you all to realize that women have 3 holes. If your blood comes with your urine, so what she should have done is seen if she was spotting between going to the bathroom. But if there's blood in her urine, that's something completely different, and it could mean a lot of things. But it doesn't mean, how does she bleed from her lady parts if she doesn't have any? I don't understand. But blood in your urine happens to everybody, even skinny people. And guys, I'm so sorry for my voice, but it's quickly going. Today's going to be a fun day at work. All I do is talk.
This is very hard for me to talk about. I have cried a lot about this whole thing because
good.
I am scared.
She fucking cried. That means it's real.
Saw it, I had so many memories flashback. Like, it was straight up as if I was back.
So let me also explain how a real adult deals with this. Me. Okay. I've come clean about this. I had a upper GI and a colonoscopy yesterday. I've dealt with GERD for the last 10 years. So they're testing me for Barrett's esophagus, which is precancer. Okay. I don't think I have it, but they're testing me for it. They biopsied my esophagus. Do you know how many times I cried about it? None. 0. Because that's why you get tested all the time, because you got to see what's going on there. And if you take care of your Barrett's esophagus, chances are you won't get esophageal cancer. But do I cry and moan and piss about it? No. Because I'm an adult.
In that uterine cancer journey, like, it hit me like this, and I broke down. So after I calmed down a little bit, I realized, okay, you know what? This could be just a UTI. I ended up talking to my closest friends who have had UTIs, and I was like, what were you guys' symptoms? Like, I was scared, obviously. And of course, I went onto the Google, and
she doesn't know a symptom of her UTI. She's had fucking 50 of them. And yeah, those were real UTIs. And that's what the emergency room can easily treat. The emergency room, unless you're pregnant and in an emergency, they're not going to do a pelvic exam.
Everywhere, and everyone was like, yeah, you know, a little bit of blood in your urine, totally normal for a UTI. But like, I was having no other symptoms. Like, I had no pain, nothing. So I immediately knew, okay, I need to go to a doctor. Let's get this tested. Let's put on some antibiotics, get this figured out. So I called.
You know, she could have bladder cancer too, because if they never completely got the cancer out, and she never, because I think she had like stage B too. It wasn't just a simple A, but it could spread to your bladder, like anything down there. So, but this would have been better if she would have, I don't know, have worked with her fucking oncologist at least a couple times a year. And then her oncologist could have recommended somebody in Oklahoma. But no, that's not how our girl works. In her heart, she knew she was cancer-free, guys. That's how it works. It's in your heart.
Called around to a couple doctors, and one of them was like, we don't have an appointment open until next year. I was like, did I hear you wrong? No, didn't hear that wrong. Literally next year. With new patients.
The best doctors, yeah. Because I wanted a different gastro at a very prominent university, and I had to miss the appointment I had made 6 months ago, and now I won't be seen till 2025, which I'm just going to cancel because it depends. But I think my GI is fine. I think I'm okay.
It's very different, which I don't understand.
I feel it in my heart.
There's only certain spots open for like new patients versus like doctors who have seen the same patient over and over. I don't understand it. I'm not meant to. Long story short, every doctor that I called, they're like, yeah, you can be seen in a couple months from now. Like, there was none that was like urgent, and this felt urgent to me. I am a woman that has blood in her pee after having uterine cancer and a full hysterectomy 4 years ago. Like, that felt urgent to me. So since I wasn't able to make a doctor's appointment, I did go to immediate.
Yeah, a lot of doctors, the best ones, like I said, get booked, but not every doctor is like that. She didn't call enough.
They took my urine sample, and I had no bacteria in it. I have no UTI. It shows no signs of anything.
Did they send it to the lab? Did they send it to the lab?
Yet. I did not make that a priority for myself, and I should have. I understand that. So immediate care gave me.
Fucking idiot. You like to take questions about your fucking jewelry, the diamonds on your eyes, and I don't know, what was that last one? Why she decided to... I can't even remember the stupid, mundane fucking questions. People have been telling you to get established with a doctor the day you stepped foot in Oklahoma. You are sick. You've had a history of cancer. Cancer. She had fucking cancer. No, I'm not going to entertain. Oh, it was pre-cancer. No, I'm sure she had cancer. Obese people, more likely. Also, Amberlynn, I know you're not watching me. Breast cancer is a real issue. Could be a real issue. You're obese. I don't know. Didn't her mom have cancer too? She needs to start she needs to establish herself with an OBGYN, I think. I mean, my mom had a full hysterectomy and she still goes. But she needs to start getting her breasts checked, okay? I know she's fat, but you need to fucking stay on top of it. I'm just saying, you're a woman.
That's hard for a doctor that probably would be willing to see me soon. So I was like, okay. So I ended up going home, calling, make an appointment, and I did see that doctor. I took another urine test, and again, it came back with no bacteria.
Did they send it to the lab?
Like no UTI. And that's when the topic of cancer came up. And the only way for them to see if it is cancer is if I get a CT scan, which is what I'm going to do today. Obviously, there's also a chance that it's literally just kidney stones. I have had kidney stones in the past, but normally when I've had kidney stones, I did have pain. So the CT scan is actually going to be looking at my pelvis and my abdomen. So the doctor did tell me, I'm going to put you on some antibiotics because you could have an infection that our urine test just is not picking up. So that is the reason why I'm on antibiotics. I'm terrified, to say the least.
And then she was so adamant in her last video, it's not a UTI. So that's why we were thinking cellulitis.
Broke down a lot because of this, and I actively feel myself disassociating. Right now, I just feel numb.
Okay, when you're an adult, you need to fucking grab it by the balls, okay? Grab it by the balls and deal with it. You crying or screaming or whatever is not going to help, okay? Now, if you had very supportive people that you, I don't know, listened to, that would be one thing. Nobody can tell you a fucking thing. So you breaking down is just a waste of energy, okay? Can't waste your energy. You don't have
completely
much.
Numb, and I know that if I wasn't in this like numb space, then I would be bawling my eyes out right now. But I think I feel safer in this weird disassociative area, because when I'm like breaking down about something that I'm extremely worried about and something that I don't know the answers to and that I currently can't control, I feel unaware of my surroundings really.
No,
and I think right now I just need to be strong.
You could have controlled this. Okay. No, you can't control.
I need to go through the motions of what I need to do to figure out what this issue is so I can get it resolved, so I can figure out a solution. I still remember sitting there in immediate care and them coming back and telling me it was not a UTI, because I really believed that it was. And
she's just doing this for fucking drama. She's a fucking moron. And it's sad because her little viewers are going to be, oh, Amber, I hope you're okay. If she isn't fine, it's her fucking fault.
When they told me that it wasn't, again, it was just like flashback after flashback after flashback of everything I went through before I was finally diagnosed with uterine cancer. I just kept going back and forth, like, do I want to tell you guys about this? Like, I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed, but
you
it's
should
also
be.
like, there are things that your body does that you are not in control over. And I know a lot of people are like, this happened to you because your weight. This is your weight's fault. This is your weight's fault. Not everything.
It's your weight's fault. You know why? Because you didn't go for your scans because you couldn't fit into the fucking machine. That's 100% your weight. You never wanted to go to an OBGYN because of your weight. You're continuing not to get checked because of your weight. Uterine cancer is because of your weight. This is all due to your weight.
Thing is because of my size and because of my weight. So it's hard to come on here and feel like a normal human, because I get so much like,
you are a normal human, but
sometimes it's just not my fault.
I have fully taken the responsibility. No. It's your fault. If it's actually like bladder cancer, I'm not sure what else could be in that region that she could, stomach cancer, I don't know. And you didn't quickly nip it in the bud, it's your fault. And why? Because when you moved to Oklahoma, all you gave a shit about were buzzballs and torturing wifey with your texts. That was your priority. This is all your fault, Amber.
Ability of me getting uterine cancer to begin with, like, that is completely my fault. I have had health professionals tell me, no, it isn't your fault. But it's like, when you look at it and you figure out, why did I get this? It is my fault. And
it is your fault because if you would have nipped it quicker, this wouldn't have been an issue. And also, it just reminded me when she was that getting that first uterine cancer diagnosis, you know, she had the option to go on a medicine. She didn't have to get a full hysterectomy. Like, I probably would have tried the medicine first because getting a hysterectomy is brutal. So, I don't know. Especially at
I would
her
have never
age.
gotten it if it wasn't for my size. And that's something that I hold on to all the time. The guilt that I feel
You
about
might have
that
still
is
gotten it.
powerful. But I can't blame everything on my size because not everything is my size's fault. Looking
Yeah,
at
it
bigger
is.
people and dismissing them constantly for
We're
whatever
not
reason
dismissing
because of
you.
their weight, it isn't fair. And it is, in a way, dehumanizing. But I'm not ignorant. I'm not.
How, again, there's that word, dehumanizing. So, I guarantee you again. All right. Weight is a factor. A lot of doctors can't get around that because you do a lot of damage to your body when you're that big. She's not 250 pounds, guys. She's 500 plus. It's hard for a doctor not to see that and say, yeah, you got to do something. But I guarantee you, when she went to the ER in Kentucky, she talked about, if she even brought up the bleeding, they told her to get to an OBGYN. Guaranteed. Does she listen? No, she wants to play the victim. Victim Lynn.
Not unaware of the fact that like being larger does cause a lot of health problems. It truly does. That is why I've never been health
Well,
at every size.
it hinders her care when she's that big again. She can't fit into the MRI machine. She's probably a hard stick for blood work. If she had to go to the hospitals, not every bed is going to accommodate her. Same thing with surgery tables, okay? That's why your weight's a problem. Wake up.
Size. I don't believe that you can be this size and be healthy, but I do believe that bigger people, such as myself, we do experience illnesses or sicknesses that isn't directly caused by our weight. So hopefully that makes sense. And that was like a big reason why like I didn't want to come on here and talk about this because so many people dismiss me and the things that I go through just automatically, like whether it's health stuff, mental health stuff, just like day-to-day life stuff.
We don't dismiss it. We don't dismiss it at all. We get angry and say, okay, you're bipolar, BPD. What are you doing about it? Nothing. That's why we seem to dismiss you. Nobody's saying you're not sick.
And judged.
A lot of us are saying you're sick from fucking day one. You're obviously not well. Look at you. She doesn't even look well. Like, she's not well. I guarantee you.
Because of my size. Like it goes on to like simple things like Amberlynn doesn't shower because of her size, or Amberlynn doesn't walk her dog because of her size, or Amberlynn doesn't clean her house because of her size. Like I have never given any indication. Yes, well, 4 years ago.
It's not just that it's from her size, it's because she's fucking lazy, which can happen really at any size. But the whole not taking a shower thing is just weird because, I don't know, I love showers. It's the creature comfort.
For sure. 2019. Wait, that's literally 5 years now. 2019, 5 years ago. Yes. Like,
yeah. What are you fucking 30 pounds less? Give me a fucking break, you dumbass. The reason why you say you're bedbound, which you weren't, is because you had people there that would pick up the fucking slack for you. They cooked, they cleaned, they did everything for you. That's why you had the luxury of being bedbound, even though you weren't. Go ahead and watch her videos. Watch my video that I did of this. You don't have that luxury now. Mama's not going to come in and take care of you. She's got her own problems. She wants to move on with her life.
Impossible for me at the time. Then,
which I think she should take care of her.
I have shown myself walking Twinkie. We have walked a mile together multiple times. I recorded a couple times.
What?
I talk about my showering. I talk about my cleaning. I talk about all these things. I've shown myself doing these things. And just because of my size, people assume that I can't do these things.
Deep cleaning is cleaning her counters. How about her baseboards? How about behind the refrigerator? I don't know. Real mopping. Well, she does really mop. But there's more to deep cleaning than counters and the floor. Just saying.
And that's just really unfair. I didn't want this video to be about my weight or my size, but I think that's something that's just like really, truly heavy on my mind and
literally.
In my heart right now. Because no matter what I talk about, it could literally be anything, no matter what I talk about on this channel. Somehow the reaction I receive is always weight-based. It's always about my size. I do talk about my weight a lot on this channel. I'm about to start a new Ozempic journey. That's something that I'm always going to talk about.
Okay, that's the other thing. If she was really in a cancer scare, they would not let her start Ozempic. Okay? They just wouldn't. I mean, even though she needs to lose weight, they would make sure her cancer's under control, or if she had it. before starting something like Ozempic. By the way, it was funny when I was getting ready to, I was doing the pre-op stuff. They, at the surgery center, they asked me if I do any weight loss injections. And I'm like, ooh, you have to ask that now. They're like, yeah, we need to know from everybody. We ask everybody. So, yeah, they wouldn't let her go through that if she really had a cancer scare. Chances are they're doing the CT just to see. I don't know.
Every single thing that I do in my life is directly a cause of my size. I want to be a person with so many things about them, and one of them just being that I'm super morbidly obese. But instead, I feel like the internet makes me just a super morbidly obese.
You do this. You make your content. You've built your audience. You have no one else to blame but your fucking self.
Person, nothing else about her. I'm only ever seen for my size. I don't think anybody should ever be just seen because of how they look.
You're seen because you're a train wreck who doesn't listen.
500 pounds. Things happen to me not because of my size, but because I'm simply human, and we all are. And we need to learn how to respect each other and stop invalidating and dismissing what people are going through. Oh my God, I feel like I could ramble on forever. I don't even.
Who is dismissing you? I'm going to read your comments after. I bet you nobody's saying you're lying, or at least they're not top comments. You'll always have your fucking idiots on the internet. We all have them. So, but nobody is dismissing you. Everybody's saying, we told you so. Okay, now deal with it. Don't sit there and fucking cry, because that's just a waste of time at this point. It's not going to do anything. Okay? Yeah. Cry when you find out actual bad news.
I don't know where this video completely took a turn. I don't know where it went. Long story short, I'm about to go to a CT scan. I'm about to start a vlog for you guys. I knew this was going to be long-winded, so I wanted it to be its own separate thing. And I just want to end this video with, I get it, I'm fat. I know. And it has caused me a lot of issues in my life. But instead of assuming that whatever I'm going through is because of my size, let's figure out what the issue is first, and then we can figure that out. I'm sorry for that little mini rant. I guess it really was just bothering me. I know my words probably aren't going to matter so much. They usually don't, but I think it just feels better that it's off of my chest. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
All right, 25,000 views 18 hours ago. How are you coming on here to lecture us about how this issue isn't your fault when you don't even know what it is yet? Yeah. Drink water. Your poor kidneys need water. Not diet soda, not sports drinks. Water. Yeah. Girl, it's not even about your size. You actively have not done any follow-up care after the big C was removed because you felt like it was gone. Exactly. So, you don't follow up after your full hysterectomy and being on the wrong medication for years. Oh yeah, that's another thing. She took, if she wasn't supposed to take estrogen, which I still think she should have taken estrogen to ease herself into menopause, but well, I'm not a doctor. She has an increased risk of breast cancer. Yeah, she does. Okay, but is she getting tracked? No. Full hysterectomy and being on the wrong medication for years now. And now you're upset that people are blaming you for your own health problems? Yes, exactly. I knew everybody was going to be saying this. She has no rock bottom. Exactly. Mama, you don't prioritize your health care until an emergency again. You haven't grown up at all. But I hope you do soon. I don't think so. I don't think she's ever going to grow up, guys. She's too much invested in being helpless. It's like, what do they call that? Learned helplessness? That's where she is. Your rock bottom should have been 4 years ago, and you did nothing. No sympathy from me. You made your career all about your size. In all your vlogs, you talk about it. Even right now, you're pulling the fat phobia card again. Yeah, she's either talking about how fat she is or eating. You are infuriating, Amber. Couldn't agree more. You brushed past the fact that you've been in Oklahoma for almost 8 months and still haven't gotten a PCP. That is what your fault. Neglecting your health care or your health until there is a crisis. That's how she works. That's how she rolls. She felt in her heart that she was fine. with when she was drinking those buzz balls and getting takeout. Already starting off by blaming the ER doctors, even after acknowledging that she didn't go to the gyno. You are infuriating. Yes, she is. It most definitely is your fault. After filming this, she ordered takeout and had a sody pop. You guys, she is starving. People see more than your size. We see someone who is abusive to their partners and dishonest with their audience. You just don't get it, do you? All right, I could read these comments forever. They're basically all saying the same thing, and nobody's saying, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. We're all saying, we fucking told you, okay? But let me read this comment, because it invokes Foodie Beauty, Chantal, Everyday Miriam, whatever the fuck she calls herself today, which, by the way, apparently she's missing again. Now, if she went back to Canada, sorry, I'm taking a break here. If she went back to Canada, how the fuck does she afford all those plane tickets? Those are not cheap plane tickets. Okay, maybe they're $500, $600, $1,000 a pop. She also buys them at the very last minute. Okay, how does she afford that? I don't know. But I would not be shocked, and I'm shocked that she hasn't done this. I'm surprised she's not in jail. Kuwait's not it's not Canada, it's not America. There's just different values there. It's Sharia law. It's very strict, especially against women. I mean, just bottom line, that's just what it is. So with her shenanigans, I'm shocked she's not in fucking prison. Anyways, you can only be embarrassed and ashamed so many times. You are in the same boat as Chantal. When you're a bigger person, health issues happen fast and go downhill fast, especially at your age. You need to take accountability for not taking care of yourself. It's not just because your size, it's the crap you're putting into your body. You should know this by now. Stop playing the damn victim and take pride and take control of your life before it's too late. Yeah, learned helplessness, guys. I don't know if this juncture she ever will. I don't even know why I'm bothering wasting what's left of my voice to talk about this. All right, guys, so that came off a little long-winded, but she gets me fired up. All right, I know a lot of my audience really isn't into Amberlynn Reid, which I don't blame you, but it's infuriating that she's putting it out there, and at least, although people seem to be wizened up, but 25,000 people are watching her. She doesn't have 25,000 comments. So there are people looking and saying, oh yes, fat phobia exists, without knowing this fucking chick's backstory. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!